for another FIFA investing trading video. And guys, on your screen right now is the Futmas leak. It's been leaked all over Twitter and on Twitch. I saw it earlier this morning. I was like, you know what? I think those people that are subscribed to me that want to know about this leak definitely deserve a video, as well as I can give a little bit of an impact, a little bit of a I told you so for a lot of my investments I talked about earlier in the week. But we can go over this list pretty quickly, and we'll go back to it in a little bit and what I think about investing wise for these cards. But Antonio, Gnabry, Azpilicueta were all right, and then this morning Lamar, Koulibaly, Berardi were all right. I understand Berardi not the correct rating, but they still were right. I don't think this quite guarantees position or rating, but this just guarantees the cards that will be released. And tomorrow is the make or break a day to confirm this leak, because if they got Rugani, Draxler, and Mkhitaryan right, then the rest of these cards are pretty much guaranteed. And a lot of people are really mad about this Futmas list because there are so many better options. Like last year, there are a lot of good cards like Dybala and just so on and so forth. Like there are a lot better cards last year. Whereas this year, there are so many just cards that no one's ever gonna do, no one's ever gonna use. Like there are a few cards that I've looked at and like Mkhitaryan, if he's a cam, possibly, probably not. Jordi Alba, I would probably plan on doing that one. I would consider Koscielny and Nainggolan and maybe Ibra if he's cheap, like low requirements. But guys, oh yeah, sorry. My face cam is covering up Keita, Vardy, and Ibra in that upper right. So if you're wondering what I'm covering up right now, those three players just with my face cam. I tried to do my best to kind of center up the screen right now. But in total, Antonio, these 6 were all correct. Tomorrow, the only player that might be able to save your investments if you didn't take my advice and sell into the hype, and that would be Mkhitaryan. Because right now, I sold into the hype, and I'm probably going to go back in and reinvest today, just because with this leak coming out, a lot of people will be panic selling their cards just because there aren't that many good ones. And then like this one, if Mkhitaryan's a cam, possibly will raise up Herrera. Not a bad card, but Buffon and Muriel, chumps. I think this will probably be this lowest point. Maybe tomorrow, if Mkhitaryan's a right mid, I could see it being really low for a lot of investments. Especially with Icon SBC. A lot of people, I thought it wasn't going to be this Thursday. I was expecting it to be Christmas. But a lot of people keep expecting it to be this Thursday. So, it's definitely good that I'm picking up like 86s plus. For those Prime Icon SBCs, I picked up multiple Higuains and Cruces, just because I know those will be needed if there's a high rated, like an 88 or 89 rated SBC challenge. For those 89 rated, you need those 90 rated Cruz and Higuains. Even though those cards will probably be over invested in, I still like them because I can always sell them. And if they're required for like a Hullet, Vieira, R9, they will be used and they will go up in price. But for it coming down to these Futmas SBCs, nothing crazy. Like I think a lot of cards are going to be going down in price today just because of this leak coming out. It really scares people because there aren't many good cards besides Alaba and Nainggolan that I think a massive amount of people would consider doing. Koscielny, Ibra, Vardy, Bakambu, like those are about the only ones. Munier, if he's a center mid, that would be a pretty nice card, but if he stays at right back, I doubt very many people will be doing it. Overall, though, pretty poor. Hopefully, FIFA would consider like changing it now that this leak has came out, but we all really doubt that it will be happening that way. In general, though, these will be tomorrow's. I'm probably going to try and rush this video out today just to make sure you guys get this information in front of you. But now you guys have seen this, I've kind of shown you who I think are going to be the wanted people, maybe Fabinho. But overall, nothing crazy. I don't like it too much. I wish there were higher cards, better cards that would have more demand and would really drive prices up. If you're really looking to get out of these cards as soon as possible, if Mkhitaryan's a cam and there's high demand for it, sell. Alaba goes into there. I could see a sell and Bakambu are in the same day. So those are two players with semi-high demand, I would assume. Just because Alba doesn't have any informs and Bakambu doesn't have any informs since Team of the Week 1 or around there. So, guys, in general, I would say, like, a little bit disappointing. Hopefully you can use this to your advantage, but I think we need to hop back over to Futbin, and I can talk a little bit more about prices. Okay guys, we are here on Futbin looking at Salah's price, and like I said guys, I was very happy with my decision of when I sold. I sold, I think, Thursday for about 5.4, because if you looked at like the Wednesday graph, it peaked up at 5.5. I didn't quite sell there at the peak. I sold right around this time of 5.4 for all my cards, just because I kind of noticed it was at 5.5. It started to go down, and I was like, no way I'm taking the risk. A few people I noticed like really sold right then when they were just like, you know what, I need to get out of there. It dropped down to 4.8, and then it just continued all the way down, had a little bit of a spike up to 5, and then just kept on dropping, and today it's risen back a little bit up just because of it being an 83 card. It's not going to drop that low, but it was way over invested. I knew that. I think everyone knew that. So I was glad I was able to get out there. I only made about 150,000 coins off of those, which I was a little bit disappointed in, because I could have invested in 84s and 85s, which if you either sold yesterday or the day before leading into the hype, you could have sold these for about 5,000 coins yesterday, and now they're already back down to 4,000 just because the leak, I think, as well as just not very high demand for today's cards. So I'm really hoping for those people that haven't gotten out of their 84s, if Mkhitaryan is high demand, you can sell, get your coins, reinvest in those higher cards like these 86s, which are back down in price, which I wish like I had sold my 86s, because I didn't sell my 86s. I only sold my 83s and 84s because I was like, 86s I'm holding until the prime icon on Thursday, because they will be needed then. So I'm hoping to invest more in these, but I've spent a lot of money on those higher rated, the 88, 89, the Buffons, the Higuains, the Cruises of the game. I'm considering probably picking up some Iniestas and PKs, because I would assume those will be really high demand when the Jordi Alba SBC comes around, because they're same nation, same team, same league, high rated. Those will just be really nice investments for that SBC, I assume, because I'm pretty sure I'll probably say like, oh, 2 Barca players, or like 6 La Liga players, and like a certain number of Spanish players, and this certain rating, which will make those cards definitely rise up. So if I do have a recommendation for you guys, invest in some Iniestas, and maybe, no, Busquets is way too high. Like Iniestas and PKs, if you can get them for a good price on open bid or on snipe, definitely would recommend that. I wish I had sold these when they're up to about 22 and then reinvested right now. That would have been 4K profit a card, and then still got my cards back for a pretty similar price. I could have got these a lot, probably on bid for about 16, 15 mil or 15K, and really just walked out with easy profit in the same cards I still had. But can't see the future. I wasn't sure if 86s were going to drop. No one could predict the leak that did happen. No one, like, you can't predict a leak for every single Futmas card to drop. But looking at these, they're all about 4K. Honestly, some at about 6K would be like the only time I'm willing to sell these, as minimum of 6K. I realize pushing for 8K is too much to ask for. 85s will probably be selling for about 8K. These I might sell for 5K. Like, I might reinvest and sell for 5K if they are needed. I really do want to just get prepared, though, for the prime icons, because I really think there's going to be a big one. And looking at the Thierry Henry requirements, I think you can have a good guess for what that will be, as well as I might want to use it. If it's like a Hullet, I would consider selling my Hullet, spending an extra $1 million on top of that, and getting the prime Hullet. Like, that would be crazy if you could do the prime Hullet for 2.5 to 3 million. I could easily get that done and just have him in my club for the rest of the year. Like, there's very few better cards than that Hullet. R9, maybe. I think that card will probably cost like 4 or 5 million coins, maybe even more than that, on the SBC. I might even could see it going up to 6 million. I don't know how they could require it. Maybe like 85, 86, 87, 88 rated, 89 rated squads all requiring icons. That'd be like one of the few ways I could see that happening, in which case icons would go up, because currently if you're planning on doing one of those high icon SBCs, you can just do the SBCs for the other icons, like Schmeichel and Rui and Haji and those guys and toss them into those SBCs for cheaper than you can buy them on the market. But once there's 3 or 4 or 5 of those big icons, like the Pelés, the Ronaldos, the Miranda, or not Miranda, you guys know what I mean, like the big ones, Vieira, those guys, then you won't be able to do those SBCs anymore, and the market will rise for icons that people want, people need to use to get the next ones. I know a lot of icons are going down right now. Like, we can even look at them, icons, and we can remove this rating, but we can look at like all the icon prices. I don't want to look at all the prime ones though. Schmeichel, obviously the cheapest. We wouldn't want to look at him. Where are the next page? Right here. We can move on over to the next page and look at them, because I think a lot of these like should be higher in price. Not necessarily the goalkeepers, and like you want central ones. Like Nesta would be not a bad one to look at for that price. And then obviously Deco, because he's an 87. Like, you don't want these 85 rates, I don't think. Like, I'd much rather have this Rui actually instead of Deco for 5K more. You get that extra rating. It's definitely worth it. Litmanen and just people like that. Pick them up, store them, get ready for those prime icons, because eventually down the year I could see these cards costing, well, if they're already 500K, I could see them costing up to 700K per like central icon that's 88 or 89 rated. Like Laudrup, possibly, just because he's a left winger, like he's an outfield card. Like, guys, there are these cards. They have potential to rise up quite a bit if there are those high rated prime icon SBCs. I really do hope this does help you. I'm mostly putting this video out because of the leak, giving a little bit of advice on when to get back in or sell these cards when there's high demand. Very obvious, and just kind of toot my own horn for selling the Salahs before they dropped in price. But I hope this does help you guys. I'll definitely check you next time. Peace.
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet.